Good evening, folks. My name is Bruce Marshall. I'm a guitar player, singer. I have my own band called the Bruce Marshall Group. We're performing tonight at this beautiful hall where we're having this interview called the Tupelo Music Hall. And it's a five-piece band, 2 guitars, bass, drums, a guy that plays sax and fiddle. And we're looking forward to a great show tonight.
I always seem to bump into you, especially in the early evening hours.
Well, I grew up in a town called Sudbury, about 20 miles west of Boston, and came from a musical family, and did my first professional gig at a place called Spencer's in Leominster back in 1974. That was the first professional gig I ever did. You know, high school dances in high school and junior high parties and that kind of thing, and just played all throughout and continued it when I got out of high school. The reason why I've always stayed in New England really is, you know, born and raised in the area. I love it here. I like the opportunities, you know, that are available to musicians. You don't have to drive too far like in other areas. You know, it seems like we're an hour from great places to play. I've checked out other areas, and you know, I have played in California and down south a little bit, and just really love this area. It's home.
Breaks loose, straight into the daylight, hits like a kick between the eyes. You could play a number or better hand this town any night, between the hours of last call and first light.
I've always wanted to record and release my own music because of the satisfaction that you get. You can grow musically. Creating a great song is really one of the most challenging and the most satisfying. So for me, it's really about the creative aspect of it, seeing the reaction from people. I define success in the music business a lot of ways, really. If you can make a living playing music, that is a measure of success. And doing it on your own terms, which is even harder to do, your own music. But I would say the actual moment you create that great hook or great song, the moment that it comes together is my favorite part of it. My musical influences are really varied. I would have to say, first and foremost, the Beatles would be the band that I would want to mention. I know it sounds kind of cliche. A lot of folks my age say the same thing, but you know, seeing the Beatles on Ed Sullivan was a huge thing. Just something that moved me, you know. I'm lucky. I get to do a lot of different things. I do a lot of solo work. I also have the 5-piece band, the Bruce Marshall Group. We also go out as a 4-piece occasionally. My guitar player, Dave Knoyer, in that band also teams up with me as a duo. And I also have had a duo for 14 years with James Montgomery, who's a very well-known blues singer, harmonica player out of New England. We call him the ambassador of the blues. He's a guy that's been out there forever.
My heart upon a shelf, that now I'm gonna need somebody new.
The state of the business is so different now than it was, you know, even 15 years ago. I think there's some really good things about the online ability to sell your product. You know, CD Baby, you know, CD Street, all those companies that, you know, allow you to do that and take care of a lot of the packaging and all that. I think that's a really great thing for musicians. Obviously, the web presence, you know, is huge. We didn't have all that before. We couldn't send our promotional kits by email, you know, 20 years ago. So things like that, I think it's great. I do miss the big pictures on the old vinyl records, you know, not to sound too old school, but I do miss that. And live money is still really good. There's still no way they can put a live band on the internet and make it be the same as going to see a live band. So that to me, that's kind of always be protected, live music, I would hope anyway. If I had to give somebody advice on whether they should become a musician, I am a musician, so I would tell them that it's an amazing thing. If you can possibly make a living at it, it's a wonderful thing to do. I would ask yourself, you know, am I going to enjoy every day I go to work if I'm a banker, or if I'm a dentist, or if I'm a, you know, and not that you enjoy even every day that you play music. Sometimes you have a bad day at the office, just like any job, but people still applaud. It's one of the rare jobs where, how many jobs can you say you go to work and people applaud you, and enjoy what you do? It's very rewarding. So I don't have any regrets. Some of the shows that I've got upcoming that I'm excited about and I'd love to have people check out, well, first and foremost, tonight's show, which is at the Tupelo Music Hall in Londonderry, which is a room that is an absolute favorite of mine and my band's. We enjoy the crowd that comes here. It's a very musical crowd. It's not a dance room. They hang on every note. They enjoy the pacing of the show. They like the electric part of it. They like the acoustic part of it. It's just a great place to go, and it's great for us. We sell product here, we make friends, we get new email addresses and sign people up to our mailing list and everything. So this is always a great time whenever we come to the Tupelo Music Hall in Londonderry, New Hampshire, for sure. You should come to see my shows because the songs are infectious. They stay with you after you leave the room. It's a band that has a tremendous amount of fun on stage, a lot of interplay with the members. Everybody's featured throughout the show. It is the Bruce Marshall Group, but I am the lead singer, but I'm known as a band leader that really lets his musicians shine. We get the crowd involved.
If you can't hear that, you've been listening to too much rock and roll.
It's a really energetic show with a lot of variety. There's not a sameness. A lot of bands, sometimes you go hear a band, there'll be a sameness to the sound and songs. We really mix it up, and I think you'll like it.
Spent the night alone.